Hello everyone. We are the students of Charasat University, Depstar Computer Engineering Department. We were tasked to create a video interview of a person who is currently working in IT field. So today we will be interviewing Mr. Paras Solanki, who is currently working as a junior developer in a software company. We were guided by Professor Kasyap Patel and Dr. Dvipna Garg. Um, My ID number is 22DCE124.
My ID is 22DC131.
My ID is 22DCE132.
My ID is 22DC133.
Okay, so Paras bhai, please give your introduction first.
My name is Paras Solanki. I am currently working as a junior web developer in ARK Microsoft and about company. I have 2 years of experience in that, and I mostly work on the front end and back end technology. I work on both front end and back end. As a full stack developer, I work on Node.js, PHP. I have experience in PHP Laravel as well, and I also know MySQL, SQL, and MongoDB as well in the database. Yeah,
Okay, so what role did you start with in your current company?
yeah. So I basically started with a junior developer, and also right now I'm also as a position is my also junior web developer.
So, pass by my question regarding development process. Which software development process or methodology does your team follow? As
Yeah.
an
So
example, Agile, Scrum.
yeah, so we basically follow agile in our development process. So in that we basically have a 2 week one sprint. So we basically start with the client requirements. We get the client requirements, and then we create a user story and then we started working on that. We do architecture meeting in that we in that we discuss how we will build this feature, how we will solve these requirements. So we follow that, and then after when the sprint end, after the 2 week, we do a demo, and that we basically show to all members that these are the functionalities that we build, and this is the demo. And after once all the functionality are completed, then we will move the user story or requirement to the done or implemented state. And then in the next sprint, we gather the new user story, same process again. So we follow agile.
So, how would you rate the effectiveness of your current development process in delivering high quality software?
Yeah. So agile basically improves our quality of development process because when the sprint start, we already know that we have to work on this feature, we have to complete these bugs, or basically beforehand we know that we have to complete it. So we take our time and discuss those. If any developer has any doubts or want something, then we know that we have to do that. So basically we plan all those things beforehand. So at the end, if any bug, if any problem arises, we already know that. So agile really helps us to pro- agile really helps us in that.
Okay. So, do you regularly participate in code reviews?
Yes. So basically, our development process is like when the developer is working on something feature or bug, we create a pull request in GitHub. In GitHub, we have pull requests. So when you complete or push your code to the GitHub, then we will check, or the developer person will assign a reviewer in that pull request. So that reviewer person will review all of your code. So we follow that. If
So,
if viewer has any comments or doubts that we should follow these guidelines or this is not according to our guidelines. So we review all this and then we will merge all the changes into the main or the according plan.
Okay, so and how would you describe the level of collaboration among team members during the development process?
Yeah, so we do a lot of collaboration in our development process because at the end of the day, the communication should be better amongst the team because if your communication is lacking, somebody person is not understanding the development or feature, then we will not be able to complete all the requirements faster. So we do collaborate a lot. We do uh, a person to person meeting in that, and then we will do pair programming in that. So we do collaborate a lot, and it effectively helps us in getting all the requirements completed.
Okay. So now, Paras sir, now how is testing integrated into your development process?
Yeah, so for the testing in the sprint agile, we basically with the user story, we create all the test cases and we also have a QA person with us. So when the feature is completed, we assign or the QA person will test all the functionality. And if any bug found, then we will raise those bug earlier before the before completing any feature. And also we have integration of unit testing or end-to-end testing. So we do also do testing on code level, unit testing, end-to-end testing as well.
To what extent do you believe the testing practices contribute to overall quality of the software?
Yeah, the testing is, I think, most important thing. I think also in development because if you don't test, then uh, you will found those bugs in production, and we don't want that because client when we push the code to the client or the live application, we hope that we don't found any bugs. So testing is really important, and we do really focus on that. That we should do all the testing 100%, and then we will push it to live.
Okay, so now how extensively is documentation is used in your project?
Yeah, documentation is also really important because we have so many projects in that that are running for 4 to 5 years. So if somebody is new person is coming, then he might or she might not be able to get all the projects or all the requirements or all the features. So we have a documentation for all the features or all the APIs that we create so that if new person is coming, then they see they can look at the documentation, get all the requirements, understand what this code is doing, understand uh, how this functionality is implemented. So we also really focus on documentation of code features. Yeah.
In your option, how helpful is documentation in understanding and maintaining the code base?
Yeah, as I said earlier, that documentation is also really important because if new person is coming, then he will or she will not know that all the requirements. So yeah, so we really focus on that. Also, we really maintain the documentation as well. So if we create any new feature or uh, uh, implement new functionality, we also update that because if a documentation is wrong, then other person uh, will not get the idea of how the project is working.
Okay, so Para sir, next question is: are there specific coding standard or guidelines followed in your team?
Yeah, so we basically follow all the standard requirements. For example, we are working on a Vue.js, so we follow all the Vue.js requirement styling guide from the Vue team itself. So we follow the standard guidelines. If we are working on Node.js, then we follow their styling guidelines. We follow all the best practices that we know that how these things should be maintained and how these things should be done. So we can maintain the project easily in a long run.
Okay, so how important do you think sticking to coding standards is for the success of your project?
Yeah, we focus on that we follow one best practices, and uh, try to uh, work work towards it, that this coding standard or these best practices should be maintained.
Okay, so are there specific areas within the software engineering practices that you believe need improvements?
Uh, yeah, in the best practices, I think that everybody should create more projects. If you are new, then I think you should build new projects. Get if you don't know any particular technology, then learn those technology and then create a new build or project. So if once you build the project, you will get to know all the behinds. You will get to know the technology, understand how it is working. You will learn those. So start working on and building projects. It's I think will improve your
Nice. So, what suggestion do you have for enhancing the effectiveness of software engineering practices within your team?
yeah. So as I said uh, that we should build projects. So I uh, recommend that for the effectiveness, and if you are improving yourself, then try to learn those which building projects. So if I'm learning any new technology, then I will build the projects, if even if it's small, I will try to build projects around it. So once I because to learn those, you have to build some small or medium scale application in it, so that you will understand how these technologies work as for implement build projects.
So, thank you, sir, for your valuable time, and your answers are also valuable for our future.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.